Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chats. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well.
There you go, team. Morning. This is Thursday this morning, Property Management Thursdays, Wealth Coffee Chats, not Wednesdays. I had a bit of a day off yesterday. Who would have thought, right? A bit of a public holiday up here in Brisbane City Council, only for Eka Day. So a bit of an odd one. Things were still open, but anyway, there you go, team. So I'm going to cover this morning's Wealth Coffee Chat. Jason's on a little bit of a break. I say break lightly because he's at a coaching conference event. So I'm sure he's learning some new things and looking to bring that back to the team next week. But so I thought I'd jump in today, pick up my shift from yesterday. And tomorrow we'll get back in rhythm and have Finance Friday. So good morning to everyone that's jumped on this morning. Kevin, as always, good morning, good evening to you. Jeff, thanks for tuning in, mate. Justin. And Chris as well. Chris, I'll be in touch very shortly. We've got Spotswood coming up, so it won't be too long. And Bunty, mate, good stuff. Thanks for tuning in this morning, team. I'm sure a few of the other regulars are on as well. What are we going to be talking about this morning? Well, I've been bringing some stories to light lately, but I thought I might just share some information. A bit of an article I saw last night, catching up on things for my day off. And this morning, I saw this headline. It was like Australia's largest rent decline since COVID. And I thought, what on earth is that about? I know probably about 2-3 weeks ago, we spoke about a 3-month trend in vacancy rate shifting. However, what we thought and what we figured out was maybe it wasn't too scary as first thought, as maybe as the headline suggests. So I thought, mate, I would go through that today. Fear or fact, Australia's largest rent decline since COVID. For anyone that hasn't sort of jumped on Wealth Coffee Chats before, about 8:10 every morning, we talk a few different things. And I come and represent the property management team. We talk all things property management, holding property, some strategies, some things in place we need to keep you safe and make you wealthy. So I thought we'll do that this morning. Australia's largest rent decline since COVID. So I'm going to try and share my screen without any hiccups. So let's take a look. So, team, a bit of a real estate, what do you like to call it? A bit of a source of information, I suppose, a range of different things. Now, forgive me, there's a lot of ads on this sort of stuff, but I just want to focus your attention to this page right down the center. Australia sees largest rent decline since COVID, written yesterday by one of the writers there, and some comments from the managing director over at SQM Research. Now, a lot of you guys would know SQM Research, I believe, in relation to stats and data and all sorts of stuff that we look at to help us, make some decisions around rents, to make other decisions about investment, things like that. A few other people jumping on. Melissa, morning. Brendan's on as well. Good stuff, team. So a bit of an information share this morning. And what we sort of found from this article, it's sort of suggesting here that over the last 30 days, capital city asking rents have declined 0.5%, largest monthly decline since the pandemic, according to SQM research. Now, we've been seeing this for probably a couple of months. Traditionally, we found the vacancy rate to sort of shift below that 1%. We're not talking in any respect that the vacancy rates jumped up, a couple points or anything like that. And this article sort of goes through it. So it's sort of just giving you some information here just to perhaps give some a little bit of attention or maybe some much needed relief to renters, as this sort of article suggests. And I just want to talk about that today. Compare this to, I guess what we're seeing in Brisbane and Melbourne, in the capital cities that we as a business operate in. I thought I'd just give you some monthly data of what we found and experienced last month and see if that matches this article. Sydney recorded a bit of a decrease there in the asking rents for units. So just be very clear, team, this data is talking about the listed asking rent per week being slightly down. So you sort of see Melbourne, a modest drop there of 0.6% in terms of asking rents. Perth and Brisbane, which have been probably the number one, number two rental markets in the country, dropping off there about 0.6 and 0.5 respectively. Adelaide, super tight vacancy rate there, probably sitting about 0.5%, but the only city there other than Darwin to have an increase in rents in the past month. What we find, team, as we sort of scroll through here, and disregard all the ads that are coming up on your screen, team, in this article, but whilst this news might be welcomed by renters across the country, this is sort of suggesting that, look, there has been a probably the biggest rise since COVID, which is okay and nothing really to be fearful about. I just want to keep going through this. So as we jump down here, now I'll make sure I'm at the right spot here, team. You'll sort of notice there, meanwhile, rental vacancy rates remain stubbornly frozen well below the 3% mark, given which is generally given that consideration for healthy, right? So 3% vacancy rate, considered a healthy market, supply equaling demand. Obviously, we are not in that marketplace right now and haven't been for some time. The national vacancy rate sitting at about 1.3. You probably suggest over a little while, that's jumped up maybe 0.2, 0.3%. Nothing, again, too crazy, right? It still sits well below the 3% level where we would consider it to be balanced, right? And so what you look at here, team, is some comments here from the managing director, SQM Research. Rental crisis is still not over. We've recorded an ongoing low vacancy rate, right? We've got a fundamental issue here on supply, and respectively, it's basically, excuse me, team. Suggesting that, looking forward, we're still going to see moderate to good growth coming through the next month in our capital cities. Very, very unlikely to see a sharp fall in that matter anytime soon. I would absolutely agree with that. I think Jason, myself, Sam, I think we've all been talking about it for a little while now. I think early in the year we saw some data and some reports suggesting, a 27% rent growth over the next 5 years. So, when you look at that sort of stuff, we play the long-term game, of course. So when you look at this sort of stuff, team, fear or fact, I think, Jeff's sort of jumped in the chat, right? Compared to what? Yeah, it's just about the headline sometime. More people sharing that. Yeah, it's absolutely right, Jeff. There's a lot of that going on in the marketplace. So look, there's articles like that, team, from time to time that will come up. Might catch your eyesight. It did catch mine, and I thought, what on earth is this about? Thought I'd share some quick data this morning on sort of what our team experienced, and I would dare say this is probably similar to a lot of other rental agencies, particularly in the capital cities. Of course, if you've got properties in regional areas, maybe there's some slight differences there. I think Sam actually did a podcast on that one recently, so check out Urban Property Investor if you can, if I can give that a little plug. But for us as a team, I've got some stats here for you just to give you guys, keep you guys in the know. Last month for July, right? So across our Brisbane team, right, at least 18 properties, 500 inquiries, right? 500 prospective tenant inquiries across about 18 properties. And of those 500 inquiries, 186 people actually turned up who were registered to inspect the property. So you're looking at about a 37% conversion from inquiry to turn-up rate, right? Attendance. And then from those 186 people, 54 people then proceeded to apply for the property, resulting in about just under 30% conversion rate. So those conversion rates are quite normal. That seems quite appropriate. So there's nothing in there, I suppose, to I guess sway my opinion either way in that respect. I think what we're seeing, it was a similar story in Melbourne, right? 15 properties leased, 600 inquiries, 130 people turned up, so 21% conversion rate from inquiry. So I guess what we're suggesting here, team, is look, there are still a lot of prospective tenants out there, whilst only 20 to 30% are turning up to the inspections. The other sort of 60, 70% are certainly in the market, having a look around, keeping options open on the realestate.com app, every day, checking things out. So, we've got to be mindful. We talk a lot about, how you present your property on the market, how you do those annual rent reviews, and all that sort of stuff ties back into, when you've got a situation like this where the vacancy rate is super, super low. So, it's the rent crisis is absolutely far from over. I think you guys would agree. If there's any other opinions, let me know in the chat. But I certainly am seeing continued competition through the marketplace throughout when we look at it as a whole. Of course, you can look at different suburbs and properties and things like that. But certainly I'm in the opinion that there's unlikely to be a sharp fall anytime soon. And that just comes back to ensuring with your property management team, if you've got a situation or an opportunity to do an annual rent review, please do that very well, because you might be missing out on some opportunity there, team, in that space. So listen, it was a bit of a quick one from me this morning for Wealth Coffee Chats. Bit of a quick insight into sharing some of that information. If you want any more information, obviously you can jump online, check all that stuff out. It's all there to read. But as Jeff said, it's that conversation, that question of compared to what, right? According to who? Just double check these things before we rush and panic and make different decisions that maybe we aren't ready for. But yeah, it's a short and sweet Wealth Coffee Chat this morning, team. I've got to go catch up from yesterday and get back on it. Any questions, as always, I appreciate everyone that's been reaching out lately. Always good to hear from you guys. So fear of fact, I think we're saying, it might be a fact that the vacancy rates have jumped up a touch. But we are talking about a small margin that basically is not going to affect things too much on the global or macro scale. I wouldn't think so. Listen, any challenges out there, obviously, you got my email address there, team. It's all about keeping you guys safe and making sure you can sort of progress, your rents moving forward into the future, given the marketplace. So that's going to be it for me this morning. Don't forget, 8:10, we'll do it all again. Kang will be on, I believe, for Pos Money. So Finance Friday. So look, if you had a few questions actually lately from about interest rates and things like that, I've just gone through it myself. Maybe tomorrow's episode is one to not miss. So jump on again tomorrow, Finance Fridays, team. Kang will take you through that, and Jason and I will be back next week. So team, thanks for playing out this morning, short and sharp. You guys have a good Thursday, and I'll be back next Wednesday again for Property Management Wednesday. So thanks, team. Catch you soon.
Episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.